Peace, my family, and welcome back to those coming out of that good cocoon for the first time. Welcome. This is your girl, the butterfly. We about to take off. Let's fly. Just want to send you all the good healing energy your way. Peace, love, happiness, harmony, and abundance. Hope you guys are out there keeping your mind right. Oh yeah, in that good 9 mind. How y'all feeling? Hope you guys most definitely moving on up in your higher natures and cleansing. Yeah, you know, we gotta cleansing the loves. I came here today to read the Great Book of the Living, the Holy Tablets. Again, this right here will certainly help you on this good journey. So, with that being said, family, let's read. Alright, and it continues, family. And it reads, 9 ether then personified themselves as flesh and blood beings, and it became human beings from atoms to atom. There are 2 kinds of ether. They're 9 ether and 6 ether in human form. 9 ether Negroid produced 6 ether Caucasians, and 6 ether produced ghosts. Death, not to be mistaken with the ethers of hairs. That range from 6, 7, 8, and 9 in hair texture, from flat to hollow to round. 9 ether will become 6 ether through time and age and die. And then the 6 ether becomes ghost through time and age. 6 ether albinos is 9 ether Nubians and death. And ghost is the death of 6 ether. After the death of 6 ether, 9 ether resurrects again. 6 ether is the moon, and 9 ether is the sun. His 6 ether is averse to 9 ether, just as death is averse to life. All this takes place within the all. It was then that the true force of the universe personified those supreme beings. The original Melanites, the dark-skinned, woolly-haired Moors, personified by both sound and electric energy, both positive and negative. Lectro, from modern Latin lectoris, meaning resembling amber, amber being negative, and magnetic, from Latin magnetis, being positive, light, or illuminating being electro, and the light spectrum being magnetism. The cosmetic ray for emerald being from 001 nanomatter or nano, the density sin, meter, mother or matter, and tones, meaning matter or material, form to 99,000 miles. Nanometer is the modern term used, referred to, or as angstrom, used in measuring visible light. 1 nanometer or 1 nanometer is 10 to the 9th 1 billionth of a meter, and is equal to 1 angstrom, meaning a unit of length equal to 100 meter of a centimeter, used especially to specific radiation wavelengths, also called angstrom. The unit after the Angers Jonas angstrom is Swedish astronomer in physics. Light is defined by wavelengths, which is the measure of the distance from one peak or a top of a wave of light or energy to another. Cosmic rays being the shortest and the longest being electric power. Between the two are gamma rays, which is a electric radiation, which is sent from the radioactive decay, ranging from 10,000 to 10 million electron volts, and X-rays, which is a relative high energy photon or amount of electric energy used for penetration to power. Also, ultraviolet light rays, which are a range of invisible radiation ranging from 4 nanometers to 380 nanometers, just beyond the color violet in the visible spectrum, in penetrating the light rays, a range of invisible radiation, and it goes bordering along microwaves about 750 nanometers. Microwaves are high frequency electromagnetic wave measuring 1 millimeter to 1 meter in length. The television waves, which is transferring of visual images and sound using electromagnetic waves with the conversion of received waves into visual images. Radio waves, a wireless transmissions through space with a frequency of 10 kilohertz to 300,000 megahertz, and electro power coming from the reaction of attraction and repulsion of unalike and alike proton and electrons. Television waves and radio waves are also a form of light laser. And there's also the visual spectrum, which runs from 400 nanometers to 700 nanometers in wavelength. Nanometers being 1 billionth of a meter, from the word nano, the Sumerian density sin, and meter from Greek meteron, meaning measured, with all light forming through a premise or a median that represents whatever is seen through it, used to separate white light coming from Latin's premise or premisa, from Greek premisa, the thing, and sold off the premise from primus or primian to saw. This light becomes 6 colors: yellow, blue, red, green, orange, and purple. Light in its form is atomic level. When you see full spectrum light in its physical state, it manifests as blackness. Let me repeat that one more time. When you see full spectrum light in its physical state, it manifests as blackness. That is, all light and color combined are blackness. And the manifestation of solid form of light is melanin. Thus, they manifested from the great circle and a throne of wisdom to this matter place. This is how the events of creation and pre-creation were recorded. When life existed in and beyond the stars, the all is, was, and will be, felt within a love, a divine love that is unknown or felt by those disagreeable beings, and thus emotions were. At that first birth of emotions was the first birth of motion. Things gradually began to move about, and it was then that movement and motion was conceived out of triple darkness. For the light birthed the chaos. Thus, the motion to create did manifest in existence, and all that exists within the all. Thus, things became what they were to become known as. Before they existed, or what they would exist as. This is true caring. If you say you love Anu, then why do you not have faith in Anu, who is also known as El Elo, question, who is also called in rhythm Allah by the Muslims, meaning one who are of peace. Be on guard, for they have been invaded by disagreeable ones' children as well. Anu is also called Yahweh by the Hebrews, Theos by Christians, and God by many others. He was appointed by the all as your caretaker. Anu appointed one of the Yahweh called Tammuz, son of Ishtar, or Nanam, daughter of Nanar, Sin, also called Isis or Asad, also called Ashtaroth, Zimel, Kaliah, Zimel. This Tammuz was also called in tones Horus, Theos, Yahshua, Isa, Jesus, Christos, son of Tammuzim, who is called Osiris, Usar. Alright? And also Dion, Ashadus, and Eli, and Abana of Tammuz, or Obtalam, the Heavenly Father, son of the Heavenly One, Anu. Thus, it is said of this Tammuz, then the Enosites begin to call upon the name of Yahweh. If you say you have faith by the way of him who is called Anu, who is your caretaker, Anu, who appointed Yahshua HaMashiach, called Isa, Jesus, and Tammuz, then I ask you, why do you not trust in him? Question. For it is Anu also called El that is trustworthy. If you say you love him, why do you not strive towards him? Question. If you say you are sensible, then why do you not tremble at the mention of Anu? Question. Surely it is Anu that has been appointed to be your caretaker, and has appointed the appointed one, a Yahshua, called Tammuz, from which the door at the gate of Yahshua, the woman of that house, wept for Tammuz, from which the door at the gate of Yahshua, the woman that which weep for Tammuz. That is merely one of the many houses of Yahshua. This is recorded in the scripture of Ezekiel, the 8th degree, the 14th verse. This appointment of Anu was done by the all, within the all, for as Anu became who he is, it had to be in accordance with the will of all. And the appointment of anointer was done by Anu, both being Yahweh's in the all. It is he Anu who has transformed from an ethereal into a flesh embodied being and then returns at will to ether. He was an appointed El Elo, Allah, who saw the confusion which was caused by the fusion of emotions. The collision of emotions in this solar system came into being as time passed and it became known emotionally as that which is right to do and that which is wrong to do. Those who agree and those who disagree. The act that is good and the act that is evil. Thus, the birth of will is the beginning of confusion. Confusion arose, and this somberness, a dull feeling was felt in his Anu's heart. Out of the divine love and great concern, with compassion and caring, he began to call out and order all the blessed and chosen children of the All, the Etherians, who incarnated into the form of the Nunakim, which is known to many as the Elohim or the Netaru, is known to be or is known to the ancient Egyptians. He ordered them to incarnate in this spirit. He ordered them to incarnate in his spirit. He ordered them to incarnate in his spirit with the responsibilities for this now desolate solar system. It was here in that life of all kinds and spiritual beings lived and thrived. Thus goes to say, those extraterrestrials, the sky dwellers who came to this planet Earth by they extraterrestrials, Anunnakis, the Netaru, the Elohim, the angelic beings, or be they of the terrestrial, that is of this planet Earth, the land dwellers, and even those beings who came on land from the deep sea, and these species, all of which were agreeable people and disagreeable people who did tread to and fro on the earth's surface, the ground, and swam in the seas, and flew in the skies of this planet Ki, now called Earth, from the word Everdum or Iridum. But by the disorder of these disagreeable species was destruction caused by meteorites, which are large pieces of debris that enter the atmosphere and reaches the ground, and that cause the light of the sun to be blocked by the dust clouds. Meteorites are chips of asteroids that can be of rock or metal. The daylight had gone where pure light once was, and no light reigned. Void was upon the surface of the deep, ordering his spiritual beings to hover above the surface of the deep, while the Great Spirit prepared for the reconstruction of this now desolate place. It was to be a great replenishing, yet not without fault, for life does dwell within the deep, and the greatest variety of organisms lives beneath the deep seas of this planet Taman. These sea waters make up 85% of all the water on the earth. Under this vast watery surface are the tallest peaks and deepest valleys of this planet. Seawater is really pure water. in which compounds have dissolved, and salts account for most of these dissolved substances. And the total amount of salts dissolved in the seawater is known as salam or salami, from the Latin word salam, salmonis, which is sal, or meaning just salt. A rejuvenation and another chance was in the heart and mind of the Most Holy Spirit. So one was selected from amongst the many to be the guardians over these beings, to be born and to be El Rahimu, the merciful, and El Rahimu, the yielder, and El Hakim, he who is wise one, the El Qadash, he who is holy, the El Tuf, he who is kind, and he who is the establisher of peace, and he who is the peace, El Salam, the loving, El Ashad, the one and the only sustainer of this solar system, soon to become a tri-solar system, in preparation of the elders' arrival. The other suns are already on their way. One such brighter light or star about 25,000 light years from Earth has been seen in the direction of the Sagittarius constellation, meaning or being named the pistol star, which cannot be seen with the naked eye because the dust clouds which absorb the visible light of stars. This sun is 10 million times as brighter as the sun already existing in this solar system. Alright, so that's a good place to stop. Okay. Now, you are encouraged so much so to check this out. Oh man, for the ones that already know and for the ones that don't. Oh man, to me, it's getting good. Alright, so I'm gonna leave it at that. Again, family, check this out yourself and begin to read for yourself. The reason why I'm reading this so that it can spark interest in ones that really want to know the truth, and they can check it out for themselves and begin to read for themselves and begin to raise their consciousness levels and begin to truly understand. Now, family, you may not truly understand as you begin to read, right? But as you begin to read on and on, oh yeah, the holy tablets will break it all the way down for you in spiritual science. And again, you're going to begin to understand in time. And so remember, just keep reading the story, and the truth gets good. Alright? So, keep reading. Don't get discouraged. Keep reading. No matter if you understand or not, keep reading. Eventually, in time, it'll start moving in your soul and spirits, and again, your mind, and you'll begin to understand in time. Keep reading. Keep reading. Alright, so I'm gonna leave it at that for now. Again, family, know that you are loved beyond this world and in it. Begin to spread that love one to another. Be the peace that you seek. Release our master teacher, Dr. Malachi Z. L. Peace, salam, I show you divine love, family, and wadu. And it's all love.